Prep Scoreboard Show, presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. From the Jamborees to the Superdome, your source for the most up-to-date scores and stats is right here. Now, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and Cade Wazan.
Good evening and welcome to the playoff edition, round one, of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Wazan, Todd Black, Jimmy Roy. Casey Gaines producing our audio, Taylor Sharp on video tonight, and our cast of thousands behind the scenes gathering scores. We'll hear from them in just a bit. Thanks so much. If you're listening to us on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge or soon to be watching us on your view, you can also catch us on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Lots of action to get to tonight, and we will go over a lot of these games in more detail. But from a statewide perspective, we're keeping a close eye on a big game in Class 5A. Went to two overtimes, and it was West Monroe. Jimmy, you were very much following that one, and West Monroe pulled it out 37-30 over North Shore.
Yeah, 13-10. North Shore was leading. West Monroe went up 27-13. Then I think it went to 20-13. Just kept going back and forth. They responded late in the game. North Shore did. Then North Shore kicked the field goal in the last second of the game to tie it 23-23. Then it went to 30-30, and then West Monroe wins it in the second overtime. This was a shocker, but you're coming off of West Monroe's kind of been up and down all year. Haven't played consistent ball. They're coming off of that big win over Ruston last week, maybe a little flat. North Shore playing without their starting quarterback. He was lost for the season midway through. So it was really a shocker that it was this close.
Maybe it's because West Monroe play is a team that does recruit one week, doesn't recruit the next, does recruit. Maybe that's what's giving them tough times.
Maybe so. We'll find out from Shao.
So what you're saying, Coach, is what we need to do is set up the playoffs on an even playing field. We need to even things out.
Right. You know,
bringing it back home to Baton Rouge. I know we'll talk about it significantly throughout the night, but a great win for Coach Brett Beard and Denham Springs over their rival in Central, but they do it in the postseason, so it has a little more flair to it. They advance to the second round.
Todd, we went out there in the first half, and I'm going to tell you, I expected Central to win the ball game. I thought they were the better team, but I can tell you tonight, Denham Springs was by far the best team tonight. They physically controlled the line of scrimmage. They loaded the box. They dared Central to throw the football, and they couldn't do it. It was 21-7. I thought Aaron Weiss, the offensive coordinator for Central, had some good plays, had some good schemes. Denham Springs was playing cover zero or man free most of the time. Central was able to run by them. Had some guys wide open, and Central missed by 10, 15 yards. And I said before in the pregame show, Central was only going to go as far as their quarterback, Jonathan Swift, would take them. And tonight he did not have a good night throwing the football.
You know, and to Denham's credit, they did it offensively, they did it defensively, and they did it with special teams. And one time we looked at each other going, what is he doing? Because there was an opportunity for Denham Springs to get the ball in real good field position. Central punted it, and guy fair caught it, and Central just wiped the guy out. So we thought they would take it from 15 up there. They made them repunt it. They blocked it.
For a touchdown.
And for a touchdown. So it goes to show you how much we know.
Yeah,
Coach Beard's always one step ahead of us.
Denham Springs would have had the ball, I'm going to say, around the 40, on the plus 40, somewhere like that, and they elected. And look, honestly, the first half, the star of the night really was Clayton Kimball, the freshman punter for Central. He had a couple bombing punts that he pinned Denham Springs on the 4, the first drive. The second drive, he pinned them on the 9 with probably 45, 50-yard punts. Denham Springs got the second series and went 91 yards, throwing one play. Jerry Horn, the freshman quarterback for Denham Springs, didn't throw it but 2 times in the first half that we saw, but he completed both of them, and both of them were probably 30-something yard gains.
Well, let me ask you that, because I don't know that they were anticipating who the starting quarterback would be, but we've talked about it often. You don't have to throw the ball that much, but when you do, you want to make it effective, and that's exactly what they were able to do. because in that first, I think it was a 91-yard drive, that makes that defense back off just a little bit.
Keep them honest a little bit.
Keeps them honest, yeah. And I thought it was a good play call.
I think that was the first or second play of that series where they ran play action, faked it to Ray McNeely, and then threw deep. And he'd run by the central defender probably 15 yards at that point. But
so Horn was back there quite a bit.
Horn played the whole night at quarterback, except for one play that we saw where they lined up in a wildcat and they tried a little reverse pass, basically the same thing the Central scored on. That was their only points in the first half, was they lined up in a wildcat formation, ran a reverse back to Swift, and he threw it to a guy on a rail out of the backfield that was wide open. That's the only points they were able to produce. I thought Glenn Cage, the running back for Central, I knew he had a thigh injury and an ankle injury. He had both ankles heavily taped. He was playing, it looked at me like about 60%, 70% maybe. He was not wide open, and that really hurt the Central run game. But, hey, this is not an excuse thing. This is hats off to Denham Springs because they flat out kicked Central's butts tonight.
It seems like, from everything that I've heard, they played their best game of the year. And it wasn't just that they won, but how they played from opening whistle to final whistle, and really went out there. And it wasn't something where, late pass, trick play. It was the way they executed throughout the night and really showed themselves as a solid football team tonight.
I thought they found something on the edge of the Central defense. I don't know what it was by formation-wise or what it was they saw, but they found success, especially on the offensive left side, the defensive right side, and they stayed with it, and ran McNeely heavy on that side. He busted 56 yards right after Central had came back and scored and made it a 14-17 game, and 2 plays later, McNeely goes to the house.
So now does Denham get Ouachita at home?
Yes.
So that'll be an interesting matchup.
Let's take a look at what else is happening around the playoffs with Denham Springs in mind. We'll start in the non-select, and we'll start first in Class 5A.
Class 5A playoff bracket, served by walk-ons.
Zachary defeats Slidell 36-0. East Ascension a winner over Southside 42-26. West Monroe a 37-30 winner over North Shore, I believe in double overtime. Chalmette 21-20 winner over Haughton.
Class 4A playoff bracket, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
Ruston defeats Covington 45-10. Benton 38. Hanville 31. Woodlawn, Baton Rouge 42. Natchitoches Central 14. Destrehan 48. West Jefferson 14. Ponchatoula 45. Lafayette 6. John Ehret 43. East Jefferson 26. Ouachita Parish 40. Sulphur 7. Denham Springs over Central 42-14. Acadiana 43, Dutchtown 14. Santa Maria over H.L. Bourgeois 27-13. Parkway 41, Alexandria 27, and Captain Shreve 37, Live Oak 7.
Class 4A playoff bracket, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
Edna Carr over Breaux Bridge 43-8. Eunice defeats DeRitter 41-14. George Washington Carver over Landry Walker 17-14. Solomon and Plaquemine still in progress. Westgate and John F. Kennedy still in progress, as is Leesville and Assumption. North DeSoto over Rain 34-16. Northwood Shreveport and Pearl River still in progress. Warren Easton over A.J. Ellender 59-6. Opelousas 57. South Lafourche 42. Belle Chase blanks Struma 41-0. Tioga a 68-27 winner over Huntington. Cecilia 42, Beauchene 3. Lakeshore defeats Franklinton 62-14. Carencro over Bel Air tonight 71-20. And Neville shuts out Minden 42-0.
Class 3A playoff bracket, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbert.
Sterlington defeats F.A. Douglas 56-12. Westlake 45-22 winner over Grant. St. James defeats North Webster 34-20. Madison Prep Kaplan are still in progress. Church Point over Marksville 49-6. Donaldsonville defeats Patterson 48-14. West Feliciana shuts out Jewel Sumner 38-0. And Iowa 37, Bossier 6. St. Martinville 47, McDonough 35-6. Iota 17, Bruley 7. Bogalusa 58-26 winner over Jennings. Lutcher a 31-27 winner over Carroll. Union Parish defeats Mansfield 60-12. Gina 36, Kenner Discovery 21. Wassman a 34-29 winner over Erath. And Abbeville 53, Richwood 22.
Class 2A playoff bracket, pumped by Peak Performance.
Manny blanks Independence 49-0. East Feliciana 55-35 winner over Pine. Red River 48, Rayville 16. Rose Pine shuts out Kentwood 35-0. North Caddo 54, Springfield 6. DeQuincy 44, Port Allen 22. Winfield a 30-13 winner over Delcom. Avoyles 42, Bunkie 7. Gerald Trask a 54-6 winner over Northeast. Welsh over South Plaquemine 23-13. Kinder 22-20 winner over St. Helena. A-Meet shuts out Delhi Charter 48-0. Jonesboro Hodge 42, Oakdale 20. Capital 28, Mangum 6. Franklin 54, D'Arbonne Woods Charter 7. Loreville 49, West St. Mary 0.
Class 1A playoff bracket, strengthened by Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Logan Sport had a bye. Arcadia defeated East Iberville 26-24. Basile 52, Magnolia School 14. Delta Charter also had a bye. Slaughter Charter had a bye. West St. John shuts out Block 28-0. East Beauregard over Maryville 50-40. Oak Grove also had a bye. Grand Lake was off this week. Oberlin 51, Plain Dealing 0. Lincoln Prep 46, Delhi 6. And Haynesville took the week off. LaSalle, 7 seed LaSalle had a bye. White Castle 49, Centerville 8. Northwood Lena 20, Gaydon 14.
The Select Division I playoff bracket, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
St. Aug defeats Shaw 52-14. Brother Martin over Rummel 38-16. John Curtis 54, Holy Cross 14.
The Select Division II playoff bracket, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbert.
Parkview defeats St. Michael's 21-7. St. Thomas More all over Evangel 56-12.
The Select Division III playoff bracket, pumped by Peak Performance.
Loyola Prep shuts out Haynes 41-0. Vanderbilt Catholic 35, St. Louis Catholic 18. De La Salle over Turlings 34-3.
The Select Division III playoff bracket, pumped by Peak Performance.
Ascension Episcopal 34, Catholic New Iberia 6. Dunham 55, Menard 3. St. Thomas Aquinas 33, Pope John Paul II 3.
The Select Division IV playoff bracket, strengthened by Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Ouachita Christian 35, Cedar Creek 7. Central Catholic 41, Ascension Catholic 36. Sacred Heart 19, St. Edmund 13. Calvary Baptist 70, Hamilton Christian 12. St. Frederick 14, Opelousas Catholic 8. Vermilion Catholic, a point better than Catholic Point Cafe, 37-36. Country Day 47, St. Mary 7. Southern Lab shuts out Hanson 56-0.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at patientplusuc.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back, North Airway off of Airline Highway.
Tonight, we invite you to celebrate life, wherever and whenever you can, understanding that time is never on our side. Instead, gather up your friends tonight and share a few stories and laughs over a good bottle of wine. Or maybe a family meal that gives everyone a chance to reconnect and remember what's really important, whether it's for a birthday, an anniversary, or simply to remind someone special that they are loved. Rafino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Playoff edition as we open up the postseason. First go through on the scoreboard. You can follow it on our ticker as well if you're watching on your view or through the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. What stood out so far, other than our big three that we talked about, as we're slowly getting in a good bit of these scores?
So let me explain something real quick in 1A. You'll notice that there's only 24 teams seeded. A couple of years ago, they voted instead of extending their bracket out to 30, 31 teams, because they're split, they decided just to take the top 24 and give 25 through 32 buys. So that's why you're going to see the bottom quarter of 1A all buys. So that kind of, for people that hadn't really followed it, that's something of importance, I think, to know.
Was that the bracket you were thinking could be better suited at 16?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
when you start looking at the points allowed and the points scored and that kind of thing, you see some
bigger discrepancies.
Yeah, you see some teams 1-7 that's, giving up 544 points on the year and scored 3 or 4 touchdowns in the playoffs. So you can't convince me that's good football. I look at starting at 5A, Chalmette with a big win over Houghton. Houghton's quarterback was injured last week, and they lost to Parkway. That was a 17-3 game. They just, weren't able to go down to Chalmette without him and get the win. Chalmette, that's their first home playoff game, I think, since 2004, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a good win for those guys.
It's prior to Katrina. I mean, that far back. And on the other side, when you talk about a New Orleans area school, Benton gets the best of Hahnville, but that was a game that was close, tied for most of the way for Coach Laquette and those guys, taking the road trip to Benton.
I think the forfeits really hurt Hahnville.
Yeah.
They dropped from a 12 to a 22, I think it was. So, yeah, it without a doubt hurt them.
Then Destrehan, I feel for those guys. I think Destrehan, I don't feel for Destrehan. I think Woodlawn and Destrehan, that's a tough matchup for Woodlawn, but we've seen how Woodlawn can play on and off this year. It could be a tough matchup all the way around.
North Central was out without their quarterback tonight. I think another kind of an upset to me was Parkway, 47 Alexandria. Yeah. 41-27 win over Ash. Parkway, from what I understand, they're 6-4 going into tonight. Got some injured players back. How about their quarterback, Cannon Link? What a name, Cannon, playing quarterback for him. He's done a real good job for him.
They're going to have a rematch.
They will have a rematch with Captain Shreve in round 2. Had 17 rematches tonight. You mentioned losing teams in the playoffs, especially in 1A. I think there were 40 teams in the playoffs this year with losing records. Way too many. And
I saw an article by Ken Trahan passed around a pretty good bit about the losing teams, but we've talked about this since 2013, but we've also talked about how the margin of victory has really expanded under the split format compared to when it was combined. They really need to look at it somehow or another. If you want to stay split, fine. Figure out a different way to do the playoffs than what you're doing them right now.
Well, let's look at it. Okay, so in 5A, 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 16 games were within one score. That's just in 5A. We haven't even got to the other classifications yet.
So, I think there was one, Cade, we were talking about where, so here's the thing with these PowerPoints. You have a number 1 seed, and they're not now playing a 32 seed on the public side. They're playing like a 42 or 43 or 44 seed.
Correct.
And that's where you start to see the scores expand because it's not a true 32 seed. It's more like 43 or 44 seed.
Yeah, and that's, I think I looked at the way Live Oak was seeded, and we were talking about that going into last week, their game against Central, and the difference is, look, either way, it's a tough game, but it's the matter of either traveling to Zachary or going to take on Captain Shreve, in a sense, where they could have been maybe the 32 in that way, and the way things played out. And I think that was also based on the forfeitures, how that works out. But yeah, it is weird when you look at that, and you and I were talking about in last week's preview show. That's, if you look at the true seedings, you're playing something way beyond what the true setup of the playoffs is about. So,
good win last night for St. Aug. You had 2 of the Division I games played call it the Catholic League Invitational, I guess. Basically, every game in Division I was a rematch. St. Aug beat Shaw 52-14. It was all St. Aug from the get-go. They scored on their opening drive in less than 2 minutes. Quarterback Dylan Devazian, I guess how you say it, 20-27, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns. He only played 2.5 quarters, 497 yards of total offense. Defense forced 4 turnovers. Special teams returned a punt. So it was all around well-played game by St. Aug. St. Aug has now won 4 of their last 5 and 3 straight. They will travel to Memorial Stadium next week to play the Catholic High Bears.
So St. Aug, we saw them play early in the year against Zachary. Gave them everything they wanted. And then things, not knowing to us, started to happen, and they weren't as competitive the rest of the season. So you kind of wonder if they're starting to, hit their stride a little bit or get things back in sync.
Quarterback went out with a concussion early in the year. There was also, after the Zachary game, I think some players were held out until some LHSAA stuff was cleared up. I can't tell you that 100%. That's what I've heard from another coach. And they may have set those kids. I heard it was up to like 8 kids, so they may have set them until they got the LHSAA issues approval. I can't verify that, but that very well could be because they have 3 D1 linemen. So, I mean, I talked with Coach Nettles last week, we were down at East Ascension Sanamo game with him, and he said that was the best-looking team that they saw. The other one down there, last night was Holy Cross, John Curtis. John Curtis just destroyed them 54-14. Curtis rushed for 425. They scored on every possession last night.
You can't ever count them out.
No, and that's coming off of a big loss to Brother Martin where they got beat 41-12. So
nice to be in that 600 club. If you're Coach Curtis, what was he matching? He was trying to beat the national guy. Was it 620?
It's around 620. I forget what it is. All right, off the top of my head.
Do they count that in playoff wins too? I would assume.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Coach is eating his way to the top. Let's get you caught up. Speaking of John Curtis and the select side, before we go to break, let's get you caught up on what happened so far in round 1 in the select playoffs, and we'll start first with Division 1.
The Select Division 1 playoff bracket, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
St. Aug 52, Archbishop Shaw 14, Brother Martin 38, Archbishop Rummel 16, John Curtis 54, Holy Cross 14.
The Select Division 2 playoff bracket, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbert.
Parkview defeats St. Michael 21-7. St. Thomas More 56, Evangel 12. Liberty 40, Hannon 28. Loyola Prep shuts out Haynes Academy 41-0. Vanderbilt Catholic 35, St. Louis Catholic 18. De La Salle 34, Turlings Catholic 3.
The Select Division 3 playoff bracket, pumped by Peak Performance.
Ascension Episcopal 34, Catholic New Iberia 6. Dunham 55, Holy Savior Menard 3. St. Thomas Aquinas 33, Pope John Paul II 3.
The Select Division 4 playoff bracket, strengthened by Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Ouachita Christian 35, Cedar Creek 7. Ascension Catholic 41, Central Catholic 36. Sacred Heart 19, St. Edmund 13. Calvary Baptist 70, Hamilton Christian 12. St. Frederick 14, Opelousas Catholic 8. Vermilion Catholic, a point better than Catholic Point Capee, 37-36. Country Day 47, St. Mary's 7. Southern Lab shuts out Hanson 56-0.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit Garcia.
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to playoff round one edition of Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard. Jump on the GMFS Mortgage hotline and join a victorious head coach, Brett Beard, as Denham Springs gets the win tonight over Central in round one. And, Coach, I don't know what sounds better, getting the win in the playoffs or getting the win over Central as a Denham Springs head football coach.
Oh, I mean, it's just the playoffs, man. Like, we've been through so much here since I took this job, and for these kids to continue to trust us and stick with us and fight with us and fight for us, I couldn't be more proud of those kids tonight. And I've wanted them to experience this so bad, so it's a big night for them.
Brett, first question. After Central roughed your return man, and you declined the penalty, you'd have got the ball on the plus 40-something or around the plus 40. You declined the penalty, made him kick it, blocked the punt. Talk about the decision, why to make him kick it again.
Well, my own coaches, questioned that too. I said, gentlemen, it's high school football. Anything can happen. I said, you know what? We got a stud return man that I'm excited about. Let him. He's going to catch it. He's going to make something happen. Or it's high school. It could be a bad snap. It could be huge. And it literally came right out of my mouth as, look, it's high school football. Anything can happen, and it happened.
You didn't have a block on there, did you?
No.
No, they had two guys. Two guys coming. That was it.
Well, Jimmy and I were second guessing you. We ain't gonna lie to you.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Y'all know that. If you're not second guessing me, I suck.
Look, obviously, on the left side of the offensive line, especially in the first half, we didn't get to see the second half. You found something you liked on the edge with Ray McNeely. What was it going into the game now?
We went with the freshman quarterback tonight, so we're not so one-dimensional. And we knew if we could get some lanes anywhere with any situation with Ray, we've kind of, because he's played quarterback, man, we've really been able to rest him the last few weeks and kind of get his legs back underneath him, and it worked because he looked really explosive and fast tonight. And our quarterback, the freshman, really has grown up the last 5 weeks. And honestly, I didn't know how ready he was, and we took these 5 weeks to get him there to do what he did tonight. And we getting number 11 back. Goodwin was big too. That was the difference. That we didn't have him in week 6 the first go round. He got hurt the same drive Mooney got hurt. So to have our big H-back back to do some of our run game and made a huge difference.
Coach, in your first scoring drive, speaking of the freshman quarterback, he had a big completion down your sideline. How big was that, not only in that drive, but to open things up, to give that doubt in Central's defense's head?
Well, yeah, and that's what we haven't had, man. We've been so one-dimensional for the last 5 weeks, trying everything you can imagine, to be one-dimensional but be successful being one-dimensional. It just wasn't working for us. Our freshman quarterback, he wasn't ready, man. He was struggling in JV games. He was turning the ball over a lot. Just a freshman. Then he comes in against Walker and leads the game-winning drive. So you think, okay, he's getting close to ready. You give him a little more action last week versus Scotlandville, where he looked like a freshman again. And, we just finally said, you know what, bite the bullet. We got Ray fast again. We got him feeling good. Let's be able to at least have the element of the pass to open up everything we want to do run game-wise and get him back comfortable. And, it worked for us.
Still a young team, basically a junior-based team, playing without your quarterback. What's this win say for your program?
Well, I just couldn't be more proud of our kids. You ask kids to trust us and stick with the process. And you know what? This is a testament to, buying in and working hard every day, no matter what cards are dealt to us. We've been through a lot. And these guys, they just keep showing up. And we, just practice is getting better. They're more energy. It's just more fun to be a part of. And you can see the growth. And, our program, I've been saying, I think our program is trending in the right direction. We went from 1-7, 1-9, in the 50s last year in the top 16. That's a huge swing and testament to our coaches and these kids.
It wouldn't be fair, Coach, if we got off the interview and didn't talk about your defense. They played solid, and that's what you need in the playoffs.
Yeah, we're getting better. We lost our DC early in the year and kind of threw a little curveball at us, and coaches have had to go back and get to work and get comfortable. And, and these kids have trusted us. They've stuck with us. And, really our edge and our safety play has been a lot better this year than it was last year, which is why we're having so much success. And, we got corners that we like. We got a D-line that we like. And, man, those kids they're blue collar, man. They just come to work every day. And I think they're starting to enjoy the fact kind of that, that nasty defensive persona that we're trying to build, that we kind of built at Live Oak. They're starting to understand that now, and they're starting to see how much fun it is to be nasty and be aggressive and, hit people in the mouth instead of be hit in the mouth. And you kind of see the identity of Denham Springs football starting to turn back around.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. You get to host. How's that sound? Denham Springs hosting Ouachita next week, a team that you're very familiar with. And before I let you go ahead. Coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, as well as your offense and defense played, the MVP of the night was Coach Ross, without a doubt.
Oh, I think there's no secret that when you play Central, you gotta be prepared for the mind games until 7:00 kickoff. For the first time in years, I decided I'm going to play some mind games myself. I'm going to have fun with this. And, the poor man, Joey Jarrow, that we had worked for us.
I'm sure glad you're not playing us to make fun of us.
That was awesome. But yeah, Coach Ross was perfect tonight. But look, Coach, big win, statement win for your program. It just proves that you have it going in the right direction. And again, Denham Springs hosting Ouachita next week. Nobody would have thought it. 27 upsets a number 6 seed.
Yeah, sounds awesome. Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
That's the biggest, I think, upset tonight, isn't it? So far that we've read 27 over 6.
What was Plaquemine? Plaquemine was a 25 over 8. It may be. We'll have to go through that and check that.
It's incredible from not only the standpoint of how they did it, no fluke at all.
They dominated
the game and won the game outright.
It.
And look, hats off. That community all season long has been fighting and battling things, and it's good to see something come out of that first round of the playoffs. Now, we are talking football.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like football weather, but if you're not taking the proper steps, Coach, to get ready for baseball, then you're getting a little behind.
Well, look, just a couple of weeks ago, Jimmy had his grandchildren at the house, and he'd have given anything to be able to take them to Total Diamond Performance during their baseball camp. However, they're 2 and 6 months old, maybe?
He just made 5, but yeah, I'd have still took him.
So during the Thanksgiving holidays, we got a perfect opportunity for you to see what Total Diamond Performance is all about. We've talked to you about them. We've talked to you about Matt Mistretta, CJ Mistretta, Nick Snyder, Nathan Black over there, and Robbie Podorsky. They all do a great job. They have a Thanksgiving holiday camp November 22nd through the 24th. And this is going to be at Ascension Tiger Cages, and they're offering their hitting and infield camp. The hitting instruction includes improving bat path, rotational power, and swing adjustability. Their infield instructions includes agility and quickness. Not like my agility and quickness, a lot better. Glove work and throwing, plus a pre-pitch readiness that will bring your mental game performance to the next level. That's Thanksgiving hitting and infield camp, November 22nd through the 24th at Ascension Tiger Cages on Airline in Prairieville. The contact information is matt.j.mistretta@gmail.com. That's Thanksgiving hitting and infield camp powered by my friends at Total Diamond Performance. I want you to remember, they do more than teach. They develop. That's matt.j.mistretta@gmail.com. Total Diamond Performance. And I can be your testimony for those guys. I've seen changes in my 16-year-old that where his work combined with Total Diamond Performance's guidance has put him at a different level. And not only with speed, but also with hitting. And, it's a good combination. It takes two. Always remember, when you're going to someone, you can be the best trainer in the world, but if the person on the other side don't want to learn, it's going to make all the difference in the world. Be ready to learn, get better, and have your goals in mind, because Total Diamond Performance can help you get there.
Do they teach you to clean your uniforms and all the other stuff like that?
OxyClean.
There you go.
Put it in the bathtub, OxyClean. But these days, they don't have much dirt anymore.
That's true. It's all artificial, right? Makes it easier. Let's get caught up on the scores. On the non-select side, we'll start with Class 5A.
Class 5A playoff bracket, served by walk-ons.
Zachary takes care of Slidell tonight, 36-0. East Ascension 42, Southside 26. West Monroe, double overtime, 37-30 win over North Shore. Chalmette 21, Houghton 20. Ruston 45, Covington 10. Benton over Hahnville 38-31. Woodlawn over Knack Central 42-14. Destrehan 48, West Jefferson 14. Ponchatoula over Lafayette 45-6. John Ehret 43, East Jefferson 26. Ouachita Parish over Sulphur 40-7. Denham Springs over Central 42-14. Acadiana over Dutchtown 43-14. Sandomal over H.L. Bourgeois 27-13. Parkway 41-27 winner over Alexandria. And Captain Shreve 37, Live Oak 7.
Class 4A playoff bracket, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
Edna Carr over Breaux Bridge 43-8. Eunice a 41-14 winner over DeRitter. George Washington Carver 17, Landry Walker 14. Plaquemine 41, Solomon Sepp 27. Westgate over John F. Kennedy 26-6. Leesville defeats Assumption 41-32. North DeSoto over Rain 34-16. And Northwood Shreveport shuts out Pearl River 40-0. Warren Easton 59, AJ Ellender 6. Opelousas 57, South Lafourche 42. Belle Chase blanks Struma 41-0. Huntington all over Tioga 68-27. Cecilia 42, Beauchene 3. Lakeshore defeats Franklinton 62-14. Carencro over Bel Air 71-20. And Neville shuts out Minden 42-0.
Class 3A Playoff Bracket, presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbert.
Sterlington defeats F.A. Douglas 56-12. Westlake 45, Grant 22. St. James defeats North Webster 34-20. Madison Prep over Kaplan 40-6. Church Point 49, Marksville 6. Donaldsonville over Patterson 48-14. West Feliciana shuts out Joel Sumner 38-0. Iowa over Bossier 37-6. St. Martinville over McDonough 35, 47-6. Iota's a 17-7 winner over Bruley. Bogalusa 58, Jennings 26. Lutcher 31, Carroll 27. Union Parish over Mansfield 60-12. Gina over Kenner Discovery 36-21. Wassman defeats Erath 34-29. And Abbeville 53, Richwood 22.
Class 2A Playoff Bracket, pumped by Peak Performance.
Manny shuts out Independence 49-0. East Feliciana over Pine 55-35. Red River 48, Rayville 16. Rose Pine defeats Kentwood 35-0. North Caddo 54, Springfield 6. DeQuincy 44, Port Allen 22. Winfield a 30-13 winner over Delcombe. Avoyles 42, Bunkie 7. General Trask 54, Northeast 6. Welsh a 23-13 winner over South Plaquemine. Kinder, safety better than St. Helena 22-20. Amite shuts out Delhi Charter 48-0. Jonesboro Hodge 42, Oakdale 20. Mangum over Capital 28-6. Franklin 54-7 winner over Yarbone Woods Charter. Lauraville shuts out West St. Mary 49-0.
Class 1A Playoff Bracket, strengthened by Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Arcadia over East Iberville 26-24. Basile 52, Magnolia School 14. West St. John shuts out Block 28-0. East Beauregard over Maryville 50-40. Oberlin over Plain Dealing 51-0. Lincoln Prep defeats Delhi 46-6. White Castle 49-8 winner over Centerville. And Northwood Lena beats Gaydon 20-14.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink special. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrade.
The Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back. Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Wazan, Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and our cast of thousands thanking them behind the scenes getting scores tonight. We got Charlie, we got Will. Maybe Reese is there. Not 100% sure.
No,
he's not tonight?
No, he's on another date.
Oh, okay. Skip is
He's
here
got it
as
going
well.
on, though. I mean, that's a lot of dates.
Dude is busy. He's busier than Kennedy. And on the table right now, and the reason we brought it here is because I think the guys were too distracted gathering scores tonight because of what walk-ons delivered. You're going to catch a little bit if you're watching on Your View or on the ESPN YouTube channel. I did not know. Walk-ons now with a nice little pastelaia.
Yeah.
Nice little, I knew about that spinach dip.
Spinach dip was good.
And very solid with the tortilla chips. Really crispy, goes well. But now, a little pastelaia if you're so inclined. We got a nice tray back there, and it is delicious.
Charlie asked if they could put ranch on it.
Is that
he wants ranch on anything.
Everything.
Yeah. You know?
He orders that as his entree.
I like ranch with a side of salad, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
Executive chef over at Walk-Ons wants to come on. I bet he knows a little football.
I'd be willing to get them on. They've provided some delicious meals this football season, and if you're going tailgate, especially if you're going out to watch LSU Arkansas tomorrow, Walk-Ons is right there.
A lot of locations too.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get to that one right there by campus, there's going to be one on your way there, and not one of them is better than the other. That's the thing about it. They're consistently good at any stop you make, and the hydration is very cold at those same locations as well.
Look, you can't beat the atmosphere at I don't know if y'all been, but the atmosphere at the LSU walk-ons on game day, which is a night game tomorrow, is second to none. You can go by there, hang out on the outdoor patio. They'll have things going on around the outside of the building. Heck, I'm waiting to see if I got tickets. I may show up over there tomorrow myself.
We used to run a tab up on Gordy until they finally caught on, boy. We did. We used to. This was on Gordy Rush.
Gordy Rush.
Look, before we go to break, we had a chance last weekend to go. I made my first trip. I think we all made our first trip to the walk-ons out in Hammond, and a great location. They said they built it from the ground up, so it wasn't previous existing, and looks great. Same 60-something TVs, and the consistency when it comes to we talk about the cheese fries all the time. Jimmy recommends putting that pulled pork on top.
Oh, that makes them.
You're right. When it comes to walk-ons, you're going to get that consistency. You know, it was packed for the Saints game. It's the atmosphere you're looking for when it comes to restaurant and sports bar.
Congratulations to our guests.
Yeah, St. Thomas Aquinas won.
There
We
you go.
didn't jinx somebody for a change.
Yeah.
Good win for
I was
them.
nervous about saying that they won, but yeah, congratulations,
And
Coach.
one-handedly.
Took care of business. We'll take care of business, and we got a break coming up. On the backside of that, look to get a couple more victorious head coaches on and scores as we'll set the scene for round 2 of the postseason. This is the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back, North Airway off of Airline Highway.
Tonight, we invite you to celebrate life, wherever and whenever you can, understanding that time is never on our side. Instead, gather up your friends tonight and share a few stories and laughs over a good bottle of wine. Or maybe a family meal that gives everyone a chance to reconnect and remember what's really important, whether it's for a birthday, an anniversary, or simply to remind someone special that they are loved. Rafino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
The Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
From the Jamborees to the Superdome,
Your source for the most up-to-date scores and stats is right here. Now, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and Cade Wazan.
Welcome back to Louisiana Prep Scoreboard, presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours. Cade Wazan, Todd Black, and Jimmy Roy. Casey Gaines on our audio tonight, and Taylor Sharp handling the video. We jump on the GMFS Mortgage Hotline, and we're joined by a victorious head coach coming to us from Church Point. Head coach John Craig Arsenault joining us now as Church Point getting the win in round one of the Class 3A playoffs over Marksville tonight. Coach, congratulations on the win. Thanks so much for joining us.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for having me on.
Coach, you keep up all this success, you're going to overtake Coach Scott Arsenault's popularity.
It's not possible.
I think the breaking news tonight was not that they won, but they gave up a point. Coach, you had an off night on defense or what?
No, Marksville did a good job for the second half. They put a little drive together, and they were able to punch one in right there at the end of the third quarter.
We're joking about that, but to let people know, Church Point's given up 2.5 points a game in week. They allowed 8 points in week 2. They allowed 6 points in week 6 and 7, and that's it. They've given up 20 points in 10 games. So it's incredible. Tell us a little bit about the defense. What makes it so special?
Well, we're really good on the D-line. We got two kids in Javian Gibson and Jamarian Citizen who really can get after the quarterback. Both kids are about 6'3", over 200 pounds. Coach Rob Poole, our defensive coordinator, does a great job of getting people in uncomfortable situations and bringing 4- and 5-man pressures from all over the field. And those kids do a great job of getting after people and playing as a unit and really bowing their necks when they have to bow their necks. And they've done a great job of keeping people out the end zone this year. Coach,
Last year y'all had a real good run. Do you feel like that your kids have, and maybe even yourself, have a chip on your shoulder with something to finish this year?
Well, I don't know if I would call it a chip on our shoulder, but the kids understand what it takes to get back to the semifinals, and it came so close to making the finals last year. You know, the game with Madison Prep ended with us on the 15-yard line as time ran out. You know, so we came so close. So the kids know what it takes to prepare week in and week out to get themselves back to that situation. So I wouldn't call it a chip, as just a little hunger and of wanting to get back to that in that position and maybe try to take that next step.
Coach, your team wins 4 straight district championships. What's it say about that senior class?
No, this group of kids is phenomenal. We have 14 seniors. 7 of them have been starting on defense since they were sophomores, so those kids are truly battle-tested. You know, they're a close-knit group. They eat every Thursday night at my house before the game. They're a great group of kids to be around, and the camaraderie and the friendships that they've built outside of football, I think really helps them to win Friday nights on the field.
You know, Coach, I think every coach that would come into a situation like a Church Point, meaning community-backed, would want to hear that this trickles down not only to your 9th grade but to your middle schools. And, you know, you want kids in the stands going, I want to play for Church Point. Do you find that that's starting to happen more so than it was?
No, absolutely. Anytime you're in a community-based school like we are, you know, you got to try to filter it down as far as you can. And, you know, COVID has really hit us hard. Our middle school didn't play any football games the last 2 years. Our former defensive coordinator, Eric Cooley, is now at our middle school, so I think that's going to help to keep things going. But, you know, having those kids in the stands, and we've started having a little community football camp in the summertime, trying to get those kids on campus and see what we have to offer them to try to make sure that they're not venturing off to other schools, that they're staying right there in our community.
Tell us about your running back, Tylan Citizen.
Tylan's a kid who started last year as a sophomore and really came on midway through the season. really started to mature and made some big plays in the playoff game. Had a big touchdown catch against Madison Prep in the semifinals to get us back in the game last year. Tylan's a kid who's a coach's dream. A kid gets it done in the classroom, gets it done in the weight room, gets it done every day at practice. There are days we have to tell him to get off the scout team so some of the other kids can get in there. He does everything he needs to do to make our football team win, and he's explosive on the field. He runs, he blocks, he catches. He's exactly what you want in a wing T offense in one of your halfbacks.
Coach, and Jimmy mentioned with 4 straight district championships. So this senior class, is this the most successful as far as wins, maybe freshman class that you've had? They're going through these 4 years and what they've done?
Yeah, without a doubt. This group of kids haven't lost a regular season game in the last 2 years. We only played 5 regular season games last year with all the COVID situation, and so we went 5-0 in the regular season. We went 10-0 in the regular season this year. So as in the regular season in their high school careers, they've only lost 2 football games. So without a doubt, the most successful class that's going to step out of Church Point High School. But like I told them tonight, they have a lot of unfinished business. That you want to reach that dream, they got to really concentrate on trying to take the next step this week and go 1-0 against a very talented Donaldsonville team.
Coach, thank you for joining us. We want to wish you the best of luck as Church Point travels to Donaldsonville. Again, Church Point a 49-6 winner over Marksville. Donaldsonville a 48-14 winner over Patterson in a rematch where they got a little revenge tonight. So that one will be down in Donaldsonville.
Good luck to you, Coach.
Good luck to you, Coach. Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. Hopefully you guys are calling me on the ride back home next week so we can talk about that quarterfinal matchup.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for having me on.
Thank you, man.
A quarterfinal one would be a good one if Iowa can go. Iowa will travel to West Feliciana because West Feliciana was a 20-seed upset Jules Sumner, so they'll host next week. That one would be a good one. Stu Cook, Louis' son, is the offensive coordinator over at Iowa. They've had a really good year. What are they, 9-1 on the year, I believe, a 1-point loss to Lake Charles College Prep, if I'm not mistaken. So you're right, that could be a good one over there.
Church Point is easing up on people. I mean, they shouldn't be, but I think back-to-back successful years like they have is really a great thing.
The one thing that concerns me, look, when you look at their defensive number, that's phenomenal. I don't care who you're playing.
And he's a former coach at Lafayette, so defensive coordinator, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Rob Poole, I think he said.
Yeah. And but anyway, is their strength of schedule. They have not played a very good strength of schedule, and that kind of makes me worry a little bit. But, hey, they've beaten everybody, and they've beaten them convincingly. Heck, they're winning by 43 points a game. Mm-hmm. So it's no fluke because they're getting it done on both sides of the ball.
Let's get you caught up on all scores from the non-select side, and we'll start first with Class 5A.
Class 5A playoff bracket, served by walk-ons.
Zachary shuts out Slidell 36-0. East Ascension over Southside 42-26. West Monroe double overtime over North Shore 37-30. Chalmette 21, Houghton 20. Ruston 45, Covington 10. Benton 38-31 winner over Hahnville. Woodlawn of Baton Rouge 42, Natchitoches Central 14. Destrehan 48, West Jefferson 14. Ponchatoula 45-6 winner over Lafayette. John Ehret 43, East Jefferson 26. Ouachita Parish a 40-7 winner over Sulphur. Denham Springs upset Central 42-14. Acadiana 43-14 winner over Dutchtown. Santa Maria 27-13 winner over H.L. Bourgeois. Parkway 41, Alexandria 27. Captain Shreve 37, Live Oak 7.
Class 4A playoff bracket, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
Edna Carr 43, Brobridge 8. Eunice 41, DeRitter 14. George Washington Carver 17, Landry Walker 14. Plaquemine 41, Salmon 27. Westgate 26, John F. Kennedy 6. Leesville 41, Assumption 32. North DeSoto 34, Rain 16. Northwood Shreveport shuts out Pearl River 40-0. Warren Easton over A.J. Ellender 59-6. Opelousas a 57-42 winner over South Lafourche. Belle Chase 41, Strumlin nothing. Huntington a 68-27 winner over Tioga. Cecilia defeats Beauchene 42-3. Lakeshore 62-14 winner over Franklinton. Carencro 71, Bel Air 20. Neville shuts out Minden 42-0.
Class 3A playoff bracket presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbert.
Sterlington over F.A. Douglas 56-12. Westlake 45, Grant 22. St. James 34, North Webster 20. Madison Prep a 40-6 winner over Kaplan. Church Point 49, Marksville 6. Donaldsonville 48, Patterson 14. West Feliciana shuts out Jewel Sumner 38-0. Iowa over Bossier 37-6. St. Martinville a 47-6 winner over McDonough 35. Iota over Bruley 17-7. Bogalusa 58, Jennings 26. Lutcher 31, Carroll 27. Union Parish over Mansfield 60-12. Gina 36, Kenner Discovery 21. Wassman 34-29 winner over Erath. Abbeville 53, Richwood 22.
Class 2A playoff bracket pumped by Peak Performance.
Mandy shuts out Independence 49-0. East Feliciana 55, Pine 35. Red River 48, Rayville 16. Rose Pine shuts out Kentwood 35-0. North Caddo 54, Springfield 6. DeQuincy 44, Fort Allen 22. Winfield 30, Delcom 13. Avoyles 42, Bunkie 7. General Trask all over Northeast 54-6. Welsh 23, South Plaquemine 13. Kinder 2 points better than St. Helena 22-20. Amite shuts out Delhi Charter 48-0. Jonesboro Hodge 42, Oakdale 20. Mangum 28-6 winner over Capital. Franklin beats Dearborn Woods Charter 54-7. And Lauraville shuts out West St. Mary 49-0.
Class 1A playoff bracket strengthened by Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Arcadia 26, East Iberville 24. Basile 52, Magnolia School 14. West St. John shuts out Block 28-0. East Beauregard 50, Maryville 14. Oberlin shuts out Plain Dealing 51-0. Lincoln Prep 46, Delhi 6. White Castle over Centerville 49-8. Northwood Lena 20, Gaydon 14.
The Select Division I playoff bracket cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
St. Aug defeats Archbishop Shaw 52-14. Brother Martin over Rummel 38-16. John Curtis 54, Holy Cross 14.
The Select Division II playoff bracket presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbert.
Parkview over St. Michael 21-7. St. Thomas More 56, Evangel 12. Liberty 40, Hannon 28. Loyola Prep shuts out Haynes 41-0. Vanderbilt Catholic 35, St. Louis Catholic 18. And De La Salle 34, Sterling's Catholic 3.
The Select Division III playoff bracket pumped by Peak Performance.
Ascension Episcopal 34, Catholic New Iberia 6. Dunham over Holy Savior Menard 55-3. St. Thomas Aquinas 33, Pope John Paul II 3.
The Select Division IV playoff bracket strengthened by Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Washita Christian 35, Cedar Creek 7. Ascension Catholic 41, Central Catholic 36. Sacred Heart 19, St. Edmund 13. Calvary Baptist 70, Hamilton Christian 12. St. Frederick 14, Opelousas Catholic 8. Vermilion Catholic, point better than Catholic Point Capite 37-36. Country Day 47, St. Mary's 7. Southern Lab shuts out Hanson 56-0.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
This isn't just another day, it's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Kate Wazan, Todd Black, and Jimmy Roy rolling along in the playoffs and kind of looking back at 4A and 3A. A shout out to West Feliciana getting the win over Jules Sumner. And I bring that up to ask you guys as a coach, for Coach Fuller, how important is it to go through a season as in your first year and you get a playoff win? Who knows what they'll do next week, but your team gets that experience under your belt, under your coaching, and you pick up a playoff win. Now, this is a school that's won a state championship not that far ago, but new coach, new things, finding success. How does that stack up? What does it matter going into, like, say, your second year?
I think the biggest thing with them is it's the second year there, but COVID, that kind of ruined last year. They get new facilities, new field, new lights, new scoreboard. They're doing all kind of stuff.
They got turf?
Yeah, just got it. So, but the big thing to me, they're a young team. And this now is 2 extra weeks of practice that they've got to do. So every time that you can get more reps in individuals, fundamental, film room, weight room, everything is going to help that program. People really don't understand when a team goes to the semifinals or the finals every year and you're getting 5 extra weeks of practice over the course of 2 years. You take someone like Zachary that's there every year, they're basically practicing a whole nother season in a team that doesn't make the playoffs. So I think as far as West Feliciana, I think that's important. And Jules Sumner is a team that, you know, 2 of their wins had come by a forfeit. They had played an extremely weak schedule. They had scored a lot of points, but this game here did not surprise me for West Feliciana to win.
So if I can remember when Rob Odom was at West Feliciana, it seemed like he had difficulty with the middle school engaging, meaning kids that they could count on from the 7th, 8th grade all the way up. I would think that that's a big challenge for Coach Fuller as well.
He didn't mention it in the show. You know, they came to walk-ons a couple of weeks ago up in Zachary, and he didn't mention it, but it'd be interesting to find out whether he's getting that type of cooperation. I do know that the administration is helping him a whole lot more than they did Coach Odom as far as getting some other coaches, putting them at middle schools, things like that, and which all these school systems are doing now. West Feliciana is a growing community. It's beautiful out there, nice subdivision. They're moving up to 4A. Really good sophomore class mixed with some good juniors. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next couple of years. So, yeah, they get Iowa next week, but it's going to be at home. It's going to be a tough draw, but still, just getting those extra couple of weeks of practice is big.
Staying in that district, but going to the select side, U-High is picking up De La Salle next week. Now, this is a lot because of those forfeits.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be the state championship?
The rematch?
This one, you're right, Todd. This is a deal where
I didn't mean to catch you off guard.
No, it's a deal where De La Salle is really, or not De La Salle, U-High is getting the short end of the stick with this one. But I think E.D. White, we still don't know about Todd. Defensively, they're not giving up anything all year.
Right.
So we have to throw them into the equation with them beating, who was it? Lutcher and St. James.
Mm-hmm.
When those kind of grabbed your attention a little bit. De La Salle was shut out by St. Charles early in the year 3-0. And since then, they've just been on a roll. I didn't figure up their averages or anything, but their program that Coach Ron Manali had built over there since 2016, they've been in 3 state championships, even though they're 0 for 3, 2 semifinals. They have a 3-year start at quarterback, but their offensive line goes 6'7", 280, 6'6", 290, 6'5", 315. So that, I mean,
you want that food bill?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a heck of a battle for U-High, and U-High. The thing I like about U-High is on defense, they're good on all 3 levels. Mm-hmm. You don't usually see that in high school. You may see a stud linebacker, you may see a stud defensive back, or a good defense tackle, or whatever, but you don't see it on all 3 levels, and U-High has that. The question is, again, U-High, what type of quarterback play they get, and they've gotten better from week in the Jamboree when I've seen them, and I've seen them a couple times. They have improved tremendously in that area, but this is going to be an interesting battle in round 2. And then the winner, that's going to walk to the state champion.
Is that a similar comparison to, say, Bird having to see Brother Martin in round 2?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not something you would have probably expected there.
No.
That's a bad draw for Bird.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Those forfeits come into play. And, you remember the year that Acadiana, they dropped all the way to like 27 or something.
Had to go to Ponchatoula that was undefeated.
And they had Zachary also. I think they had played Zachary in the first round when Neil was there. That was obviously a while back. But I'm dating you now.
Well, they
had a couple of runs.
If you go back in those times, Acadiana had played Zachary 2 years in a row and put up like 70 points on them.
Mm-hmm.
But the year you're talking about, I think Ponchatoula was like they were in the top 4 for sure, and they fell all the way down and then had to go to Ponchatoula, and they won it. And not only did they win it, they won the state championship that year.
And so, I mean, we've seen those forfeits really coming into play. And going back
How else could you deal with that to avoid that? There's really not anything you can do unless if you forfeit, you just say they're banned from the playoffs.
Well, that or you can, if you beat them, I still think you should, as far as power ratings go, I think you should still get their wins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like Brother Martin was 8-0. They turned to what, 2-6 or whatever it was. I forget 3-5. I think it was. You should still get the 8 points. There's a way. If they won that game on the field, you should still get those points. Maybe that's a way, but that's about the only way I can think of. That or kick them out altogether.
Right. It's tough.
If you want to look back, and we were looking at 4A and 3A, a matchup that's coming up next week with hold on, I just had that with.
How about Plaquemine in 4A?
Yeah.
Going to Salmon, number 8, beating them 41-27. Their quarterback got injured in the game. I don't know whether he came back or not for Plaquemine, but after an 0-4 start, Ron Lejeune had took over the interim when they were 0-4, and since that time they are 5-4 and hosting a round 2 game.
Well, we thought that was a favorable draw for them.
Yes.
And congratulations to those kids. I mean, this kind of goes to show you sometimes if you stick with it, anything can happen, and that's what's going on over at Plaquemine.
And they will get to host Carver, which is 7-1. Carver's another one of those defensive teams, only allowing 7 points a game. They had 3 shutouts in their 6 games. So,
I was looking at the bottom of the bracket with Coach Black's Neville Tigers taking on the defending champs in Carencro, and certainly they're not the same team, but in there with some experience now, a little bit different confidence coming into this game than you have in previous years, where maybe there has to be something after winning, even if you're not returning the same type of team, that there's players on that team that feel like, look, it's possible. We can come in here. We can do this. Now, you know, Neville's playing really good.
Well,
but
when you look at Carencro, look at their schedule. Acadiana, Ruston, St. Martinville, Turlings, Brother Martin, St. Thomas More, and Westgate. They're 4-6. They've lost their starting quarterback a couple of weeks ago. They've lost their starting running back in Dante Darjon. Both of those are out for the season.
And that kind of brings into that tough schedule.
Yeah, and they come out and put up 71 tonight on Bel Air. But now Neville, Todd.
Bel Air's not a 15 seed.
No, Bel Air's not, but that's what it was on paper, and that's who they had to play. But Neville, my God, you know, we talked Church Point defense, we talked St. Charles defense, we talked we're talking about all these defenses. Look at what Neville's done. They lost to St. Thomas More in week 4, 35-28. Since then, they have not allowed a defensive touchdown. They gave up a touchdown, I think it was on special teams, if I'm not mistaken, to West Monroe in week 5 in a 28-7 win.
Well, it might have
They
been
have not given up a point since then.
I think it was a defensive score because they sacked the quarterback. That's when he got hurt. They picked it up and then ran it in. But still, either way.
So since week 4, and that touchdown, if I'm not mistaken, Walker Howard basically kind of single-handedly won the game out. That's a game if they'd have gave A.J. Allen the ball 5 more times, they probably would have won.
And he would have had maybe 400 yards.
He had 370-something anyway. But if they'd have given it to him a couple more times, they may have won that game. But their defense since week 4 has not allowed 1 point.
Defense travels.
Yeah.
And it's doing it in the postseason, you know, whether it's Church Point, whether it's Neville, teams that are able to make some stops. We saw some from Woodlawn tonight in that second half. If I'm not mistaken, the way they played in that first half, getting those 2 touchdowns. And what was the final there? Because I
42-14.
There you go. Yeah, shut them out in the second half. Made some plays.
Well, EA last night. You know, you're talking about defense travels. They had 2 consecutive turnovers that I believe they turned into points. It was 3 out of 4 possessions.
3 out of 4 plays.
And so, you know, it was, and you can't have those turnovers, period, in the store. I mean, when you're playing in this type of atmosphere, especially when you're a 17, 16 seed, you can't give free possessions away.
And after 2 of them, EA went down and scored. It was a 28-26 ball game at that time. EA goes down and scores, converts along. They ran a smash route, ran the corner in the hitch route. and threw a touchdown. They rolled the quarterback out, took half of the field away for him where he's not reading it. You're throwing here. That's what they did. Then they kick off. Southside fumbles again. Second play, boom, they're in the end zone again. And it turned the whole ball game around.
You know, before that smash, they ran that smash, I was going, what in the hell? It didn't seem like they knew what it took forever for them to get the ball
and
to play.
They burned a timeout right before that, and then they come back out, and they're still looking, and everybody's looking around like, what are they doing? I said, they're fixing to mess this thing up.
Coach
and
Lee
then
was
boom, touchdown.
Coach Lee was playing some tomfoolery on them.
Yes. I thought the same thing. Like, what are they doing?
Hey, Coach Lee, you called the right play, whatever it was.
Yes, indeed. That's going to be a good one down there. That place will be packed next week with Zachary going down there.
Looking forward to round two. And I'll tell you what, when we get back, we'll start to kind of set the scene for round two with our scoreboards. Also continue to update you from what happened tonight as we get down into 2A, 1A, and the select side of things. This is the playoff edition of Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and your view.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Class 5A playoff bracket served by walk-ons.
East Ascension will host Zachary. Chalmette will host West Monroe. Ruston will host Benton. Woodlawn will travel to Destrehan. John Ehret will travel to Ponchatoula. Ouachita Parish will travel to Denham Springs. Sandoval will travel to Acadiana. And Captain Shreve will travel to Parkway.
Class 4A playoff bracket cared for by Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours.
Edna Carr will host Eunice. Plaquemine will host George Washington Carver. Westgate will host Leesville. Northwood Shreveport will travel to North DeSoto. Warren Easton will travel to Opelousas. Belle Chase will travel to Huntington. Lakeshore will travel to Cecilia. And Carencro will host Neville.
Class 3A playoff bracket presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbert.
Westlake will host Sterlington. Madison Prep will host St. James. Church Point will host Donaldsonville. Iowa will travel to West Feliciana. Iota will host St. Martinville. Lutcher will host Bogalusa. Union Parish will host Gina. And Abbeville will travel to Wasserman.
Class 2A playoff bracket pumped by Peak Performance.
Manny will travel to East Feliciana. Red River will travel to Rose Pine. DeQuincy will host North Caddo. Avoyelles will host Winfield. General Trias will travel to Welsh. Amite will travel to Kinder. Mangum will travel to Jonesboro Hodge. And Lauraville will host Franklin.
Class 1A playoff bracket strengthened by Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Logansport will host Arcadia. Delta Charter will host Basile. Slaughter Charter will host West St. John. Oak Grove will host East Beauregard. Oberlin will travel to Grand Lake. Lincoln Prep will travel to Haynesville. White Castle will travel to LaSalle. And Northwood Lena will travel to Homer. And Coach Josh's West Side score, West Side 73, Holy Cross 27.
Attaboy, Coach Josh. Thank you to Skip, to Will, and the team back in the schoolroom. Reese on assignment tonight. Pimpin' ain't easy. Thanks so much to our entire team.
To be 19.
Yeah.
And Taylor complaining he's 25. Casey, how old are you?
20.
About 19? 20.
25 is the new 40, I believe.
You got me with that one. I'm not saying it might have been that funny, but you got me.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm knocking on the door.
I'll skip 36, 37.
I forget. He just had a birthday.
He's around there.
Yeah. According to Taylor, his was recently, but I don't know if he told us or not. Looking at the 2A bracket and the 1A bracket, you know, things that stand out for us, what we've been following, our boys up there in Transylvania getting another win.
They're going to have a tough one next week. That's going to be a little bit different for them. I think the atmosphere is going to be wild. I think it always is. Welsh is a perennial team that's usually, you know, this second round, third round, even wins championships. I just think the atmosphere is going to be different than they're used to. Hopefully they can survive that and pull back a win to get back to Transylvania.
I don't remember where they played Mangum at, but I would imagine that was a good atmosphere. And
I agree.
They've played in the semifinals, so they're going to be used to it. I don't see it being a problem. East Feliciana, how about those guys beating Pine 55-35?
Is there walk-ons in East Feliciana? We'll sure go.
Ooh. Look, there was a kid I coached when he was 10, 12 years old. We call him Big Chris. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. He's offensive coordinator at East Feliciana, so I'm really happy for Big Chris up there. That's a good win. Kinder, 22 seed defeating St. Helena 22-20. They will get to host a meet. That puts a meet on the road, and that's a good little
rematch.
Good little travel for them. Of course, obviously Manny beat their first round opponent about like they always do. In fact, it's probably a little lower than what they did. They only won 49-0.
That's because you text them. You put on text. You beat every. They do. They beat their first round opponent 61.1 to 1.3.
Todd had it figured out for the last few years. It's a joke, but
that's what they like.
That's what they want to do. That's what.
Less competition, the easier way to get to the state championship.
I was talking to the coach the other day on the phone. I'm not gonna be quiet. Yeah, you know who Bud Kilmer is?
I know who Billy Kilmer is.
Okay.
Is that his brother?
Yeah, might be. I don't know.
It's getting that time of night.
Dunham with a big win, 62-9. They got a tough draw in the 2A. That's in the Division III, which is basically 2A. We'll have to travel to St. Charles. St. Charles has given up basically nothing all year. A game to keep an eye on in that one next week in Baton Rouge. Is going to be Newman traveling to Episcopal. So everybody in the Baton Rouge area, if you want to go see Arch Manning play, he will be here, and that would be a good one to go to.
They're going to be schemed up, man.
Another game that intrigues me is Madison Prep St. James. I wonder where that one will be played. I wonder if that'll be a Thursday night game, because I'm sure Catholic's going to get first dibs on Memorial for Friday.
Why they get first dibs?
They've always had it. They've always had their home field there. So
it would be a great Thursday night football game.
That may be a possibility. That'd help us out. We'd get to go see 2 games in a row.
You know, I look at that bracket and, well, actually, I guess I'm kind of thinking I was thinking ahead to Division 4 a little bit, but.
Speaking of Division 4, while you're thinking about that, I heard Vermilion Catholic Point Capee was a war, 37-36. I think the final was Vermilion Catholic came out on top. But, I think Catholic Point Capee had a real good season. They were very competitive in that game, led for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And, sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way there towards the end. And so.
St. Frederick's with a 14 seed beat Opelousas Catholic, which was a 3 seed, 14-8. St. Frederick's defense, again, we keep talking defense. They travel every week. They don't give up anything. That's going to be a good one against Vermilion Catholic also.
It will be, and congratulations to Coach Andy Robinson up at St. Frederick. They played really well.
Here a couple weeks ago, Ty, we were worried about whether they were going to get in. And
that's right.
What's their record?
7-2,
I think, or something like that now. So, or 8-2, 8-3 now. And they were on the edge. They had to win.
They had to beat Delta Charter, I believe it was.
Yeah, that's right.
Of the top seeds in the select side, I was just going through. Is there who do you think has the most likely path, quickest, easiest path to the Dome, and which team is the hardest?
Ooh.
Because I looked down the list of the ones and twos, they're solid teams, and
to get to the finals,
to
nothing like throwing that out.
To the finals,
man.
Because I always look at these teams, and if I'm trying to fill out the bracket, my natural inclination is just to move them ahead. But there's got to be some type of bump.
I think with the way St. Thomas More's playing and E.D. White, that's going to be a 1 versus what? I think St. Thomas More beats Liberty and beats them pretty handily next week. That's a 1 versus a 5. So I don't think that's going to be easy. Catholic and St. Aug, I think that's going to be a better game next week than the semifinals will be.
I see in the top half, the 2A, I think of Voiles and Manny both have easy roads.
Yeah, you talk about just one top seed, though, right?
Yeah,
the one seed.
Well, Manny, I think, getting to the semis against the Voiles.
Yeah, and the Vols lost their best running back. He's out for the year. So
they did today?
No, he was out the last couple of weeks, but Manny's already beat the Vols with him. Manny, I can't.
But it was like about score. It wasn't.
Now,
a tight score.
The Red River game is going to be a little bit better.
Yeah,
they played a close game earlier in the year.
Let's take a break. When we get back, we'll look back one more time at round 1 of the postseason and kind of put a bow on tonight's show as we look ahead to round 2. Lots of great matchups, lots of great ball games going to be played here in Baton Rouge as well. So we'll talk about that when we return. Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, and your view.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back North Airway off of Airline Highway.
Tonight, we invite you to celebrate life, wherever and whenever you can, understanding that time is never on our side. Instead, gather up your friends tonight and share a few stories and laughs over a good bottle of wine. Or maybe a family meal that gives everyone a chance to reconnect and remember what's really important, whether it's for a birthday, an anniversary, or simply to remind someone special that they are loved. Rafino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit garciadidmyroof.com.
Do you have or have you had COVID-19? Antibody screening or rapid molecular testing can tell you. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours offers both with results from molecular testing in minutes. Learn more at lakeurgentcare.com.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
The Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Select Division I playoff bracket cared for by Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours.
St. Aug will travel to Memorial Stadium and play Catholic of Baton Rouge. Scotlandville will host St. Paul. Brother Martin will host C.E. Bird. And John Curtis Christian will travel to Jesuit.
The Select Division II playoff bracket presented by Livingston Parish Councilman Gary Talbert.
Parkview will travel to Edie White. Liberty will host St. Thomas More. Vanderbilt Catholic will travel to Loyola Prep. And University Lab will travel to De La Salle.
The Select Division III playoff bracket, pumped by Peak Performance.
Ascension Episcopal will travel to Lafayette Christian. Isidore Newman will travel to Baton Rouge to play Episcopal. Dunham will travel over to LaPlace to play St. Charles. And Notre Dame will host St. Thomas Aquinas.
The Select Division IV playoff bracket, strengthened by Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Ascension Catholic will host Ouachita Christian. Sacred Heart will travel to Calvary. Vermilion Catholic will travel to St. Frederick. And Southern Lab will travel over to Metairie Park Country Day.
Thanks to Skip getting our scores tonight, as well as Charlie and Will. Reese on assignment.
West Side's at home.
West Side is at home.
Texting with Coach Landry Williams over at Madison Prep. They are trying to get with Coach Valdez now to host that Thursday night at Memorial. That is not done, so don't put it on the calendar yet. But
Coach Landry Williams, I'm sure Coach Valdez would be more than happy to host them
in beautiful downtown Vassar. I'm sure he would. Yeah. And also Liberty will host St. Thomas More at Olympia.
Hey, thanks so much to the team over at BSN, bsnsports.com, Scott Nielsen and the crew. It is changing. The seasons are changing. The weather is changing. Sports different. We were talking about TDP a while ago. Baseball training is going on. Basketball season's right around the corner. When you're trying to get your team prepped and ready to go, look good, feel good, play good, all goes together, and they can take care of you at BSN. No matter what the brand you like, no matter what styles you like, they can accommodate. Look at us, all three of us, something different tonight. And
you better start ordering your baseball uniforms now. The way, from what I understand, everybody having difficulty getting them in. You better get them ordered.
With shipping and everything that's, taking a little extra time. Think about that. But bsnsports.com, they're the best supply network in sports.
I think these are all different years maybe, but we still fit in them.
Probably so.
That's actually the pride point for me when I can look in my closet and go, I can still rock a 2018. I'm feeling good.
Well, yeah, when you order a 3X every year, I guess so.
I grow into the size, baby. Grow into it.
I'm just messing with you. We know it's a large size, Kate.
We're all in the same boat there, bud.
That's right.
Well, look, it fits.
That's
Works.
right.
BSN.
You need a real estate guy?
No, we got that taken care of.
You sold your house?
Working on it. But yes.
I know he needs to go to Lake After Hours and get him a shot. He's been up here coughing on us all night. He did go there anyway.
I did.
They treated you right.
They got the drive-through testing, too, if you need that. Very, very convenient. Before we get out of here, guys, I don't know, did we hit on Division 4 yet? Trying to find last bit we didn't touch on.
I think so. I think we pretty much touched on all of them. Ouachita Christian travels to Ascension Catholic. That's going to be an interesting one.
Calvary continues to put up 1 billion points.
Yeah, Calvary's going to put up 70 on everybody until next week or in 2 weeks when they play Ouachita Christian. That should be a great one.
So I'm being told there was a little rough ending to that Catholic Point Capee game about the dead ball, nobody recovered. It's one of those things I'd have to look at. But, there's always game endings that are always kind of controversial. And I hate to hear that one did come down to that,
Yep. So, again, congratulations, Coach Brett Beard. They were our game of the week. Denham Springs dominated Central tonight 42-14. Didn't see it coming, but they dominated the game, and congratulations to them.
Yeah, that's why you play the game. It's why we look forward to the playoffs. So much fun when you get to this time of year. We'll continue our coverage next week. Quarterfinals in the select division side. It is round 2 on the non-select classes, 5 to 1A. And then we also look forward to continuing our coverage, continuing to talking with some victorious head coaches. Join us Sunday night at 6 for Louisiana Prep Weekly right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. And we'll see you again next Friday night on Your View at 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Good night.